And who's going to take it? Here we are, Nuke, the playing field for the first and final map. Final first map of the day, rather. Last series, D13, Camel Riders. Who is going to be coming out victorious?
Well, it starts with the pistol. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the CTs hold with such a high ping, because you'd like to challenge a couple of angles instead of holding on to them. We'll see how it goes overall. So Camel Riders opting just for 2 sets of utility. That's smoke and kit on Edgeroom. And oh, what a perfect start for D13. Instantly, Rate gets shanked by his teammate.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Love to see that.
I think it was a shot in the head as they tried to clear out the skylights. But in D13, they are getting ready to go for the A hit. Molly on top of Hut and a couple of flashes to blind them. D13, oh, down the vent they go. No smoke to deny Edgeram from taking that first pick. And now that's going to be the B site found. No early rotations from the CTs. But DV might just get there in time.
Yeah, and already all this flank pressure has been taken out, and that DV just throwing that incendiary grenade, denying the bomb plan as well, means that Camel Riders can take their time to reassess the situation. This is really clean so far from them. Pokemon has done really well holding this out as position, has made it look pretty easy, and the bomb's now lost in the open. They've spotted out Mr. Cap as well.
In the 1v5, it's looking very unlikely, but Pokemon goes down. Long range with the Glock, it's not looking likely, but Mr. Cap finds another on top of the silo. Awkward off angle to deal with, but it's Edgeram to drive the nail into the coffin. There it is, Camel Riders taking that first round. 1-0, starting very strong indeed.
Yep, and getting some weapons up nice and early. D13 are going to force up into this though. So it's not over just yet. If they're able to navigate this one, maybe they get a bit of a breather, but they want to try and build up their economy nice and early on that CT side. So this time around, D13 not doing any team damage. And looking like they want to set up for maybe just this fast A site take. You've got one going outers and a couple at Squeaky.
Slow approach now, just stopped by the smoke there at Squeaky. Rate just currently waiting for that to fade. Edgeram, look at this position. He has no qualms. Nade blows open, and he's just going to try to fight for it, but the Molotov finishes him. Coming off the top of Hut as well, and it's going to be the bomb at least dropped into vent, but that's a big pick from Misty to bring it to the 4v4.
Yeah, good shot, but now there's a lot of pressure on Pokemon as well, but Misty's going to give him a big helping hand, and Tamir is kind of just stuck right now. Bomb's also been found to be dropped in vents, and finally the outer players gets taken out. So it's all down to Annihilation is trying to make his way back up, but TV says no. The Camel Riders so far holding their own in terms of the firepower, but a bit of an interesting position coming out from Edgeram, considering that the FAMAS, the smoke was fading away. He's holding close with the FAMAS.
And previous history on this map, which is okay. It's not super recent, but Camel Riders, the last 2 times they have played Nuke was against Yalla and Finest, and winning them with some very convincing margins, 16-14 and 16-8. So they are well versed on this map.
Wait, did you say 16-14 is convincing margin?
16-4.
16-4. Well,
sorry, I might have said 14.
Score just 1-dig someone. Outers. He just did 1-dig Pokemon, but it still should be a relatively easy cleanup because it looks like Tyke has just pushed in and found the bomb.
Just happily going for the Hut push, and Tamir at least finds another 1-dig. So it's back to the 2v3. Not a lost round just yet, but DV has gone very far forward. Full control of the bomb. The Camel Riders dealing with this one appropriately. It's Misty, though, stuck in a 1v1 at Outers.
Yeah, we're just going to bail out to CT Spawn, just make sure that the T can't really get this heaven control, but looks like the MP9s are farming up a pretty good storm so far.
Now, Rate's just going to be playing this one slowly. It looks like the reinforcements are coming through. DV may spot him in a moment, but we'll see how the timing goes, as he is going to be creeping forward, looking to secure this pick onto Misty.
Oh, Misty's moving
situation.
Wow! Okay. Misty just comes flying around the corner and just one-taps him in midair. Okay, that's one way to show some style.
Oh, my.
Oh, boy. So Misty is deciding to actually upgrade to the AWP. And it looks like that Camel Rider's bringing up all the guns right now nice and early. A good start for their players, just getting a feel of what's going on.
You love to see those every single time. But look, it's the Deagles. D13. Deadly with the aim, but it's Misty on the
my
USP.
Jesus.
At least,
Oh,
look,
boy.
props to him to have the secondary out ready to go for a fight at any given moment.
All right, and talking about out ready to go, just outers to me is just sending it straight forward, and he just takes down Pokemon, unable to really transition that aim in time. So Tamira Rita is just already pressuring this off, and Misty does hear this.
It's a great reaction time coming through, and Camel Riders, even in the odds there, back to the 4v4 they go.
It's just been pegged back as Score's able to just pick off Edgerem, who's trying to get a little bit more aggressive outers once again. So far, D13 are the ones that... Well, Camel Rider is trying to apply nice and early aggression, trying to utilize that ping advantage, I guess, for the Pika's advantage, but it's not working out. Now, a bit of a tricky situation as... Looks like they decided to rotate the players around because DV Dov did actually drop the smoke grenade at ramps. Now it looks like it's going to be a site take, and Tyke does well to do quite a bit of damage to Mr. Cap, but unfortunately DV Dov no better than just one kill on that A bomb site. So now it's that rotation coming in from Misty. Does at least have that kit and belter utility, but it might be better for him to save in all honesty right now.
Yeah, at this point, that AWP with the economy that is remaining on Camel Riders may just be able to scrounge together a buy and at least get 4 weapons into the next. They have no round loss bonus worked up, so that's all they're really hoping for. DV may be able to drop a rifle over, but that's really all she wrote. And D13, they're on the board, 3 alive. No complaints from them after a hard-fought round. But yeah, Camel Riders, as we were playing them up as the underdogs here, are certainly showing their worth here.
Mr. Cap is just pushing straight in and is going to get AWP. So that's another rifle drop for D13, which is going to make it maybe a bit easier for Camel Riders to justify the decision to force buy into this. I mean, it was going to be a buy, but you'd be much more convinced in it now going, yeah, you know what, we've got... They've only kept 2 rifles. We're still up 3-1. We just got to take the outers fights a lot smarter because Camel Rider's kind of throwing caution to the wind at the moment, putting a lot of emphasis in outers and just trying to take these engagements and not really setting up these crossfires just yet.
That's a solid buy coming out from Camel Riders there. So AWP save certainly worth the time wasted, but it's all right. Right, he's straight back into it.
That's a lot of damage actually coming out. So, and Misty trying to get that wall bang, but unfortunately unable to do so. So one does manage to drop down through vent. Edgerem is able to just keep them at bay for now.
Score very lucky to be alive there on the 5 HP. Edgerem just couldn't get the final blow there. Wall penetration not too great there with the Famous as Tyke finds himself another. So that's going to be the man advantage now. And Score's so low. Tamira Reed's been found as well. So it's almost all up to Mr. Cap, and he's only got that Galil. So we'll see if that one can find some heads. You know, no helmets on DV and Tyke there. So potential for the one-taps.
I think the problem here as well is that the bomb, I mean, Score's got some good positioning at control, but the issue is that Mr. Cap's just stuck over at the uppers bomb site. So yeah, vent control was gained, but for what purpose? They didn't have secret control, didn't have anything else. At D13, their attack looking very one-dimensional so far. Mr. Cap's able to at least answer back, and his bomb site's actually completely empty. Edgerem, though, punishing Mr. Cap for just having his knife out for no reason whatsoever in that 1v3. Wasn't expecting Edgerem to be coming in so quickly.
I thought he would have heard him, especially at that distance, but unfortunately he didn't and tried to work the timing to get back to Squeaky where the bomb was planted for. But that'll be that at the end of the day. Camel Riders coming out with 4 on the board. That's going to be the 3-round lead. And D13 couldn't string 2 together. Strong start from the Camel Riders.
Yeah, but this is probably the scariest round of the ball where you've got D13 on pistols, which means in a force buy, which means that they might try to amp things up. They've got enough to actually afford the AWP and score, which is interesting. Really a bit of a mix buy. You've got Score and Annihilation completely investing everything into it. Then you've got Tamarita is deciding not to get a full set of utility, and Mr. Cap who may be missing a single Molotov. So don't know if this is a planned execute or if this is a bit of a mix-up coming out from D13. And out comes the wall of smokes outers to try to get control of Secret, and Edgerem's going straight down there to try to contain some control for the safety side.
All right, so DV going to be copying some damage there. Looks like he was legged. Tamira Rita as well, able to successfully cross. Oh, it's actually Mr. Cap who's made his way down to the Secret, rather, sorry. And the rest of the boys. Looking like we might see a crunch at ramp, but it is going to be the two-man setup here.
Yeah, and with Edgeroom dropping down, it means that they're going to shift Pokemon away from that outers position back into ramps because they're suspecting that it is going to be a B-site crunch, or a ramps crunch in this case. But there is also Tamarita, who's also probing into ladder base at the moment. If Pokemon's not watching that, it could be very, very dangerous. Out comes the B-site crunch right now.
Whoa.
Lots of damage being done. Misty dropping down.
That's ridiculous.
Actually gets the trade.
Crazy shot coming through, and it's back to the 3v3 just like that. But Score, he's edging forward. He wants that pick so badly. It's the B site, though, that needs to be worried about. Rate finds one, Score's got the other, and it's all up to Tyke now. The star player in the 1v3.
Able to get through Secret as well. So Mr. Cap, if he's able to stay hidden... Oh, Tyke barely misses the shadow of that. Mr. Cap was able to stay hidden. And now Tyke is just pursuing further up.
He's edging forward. It's just a matter of moments. He spotted the exit of one of the men, but Score goes wide, can't hit the shot, and now there's an opportunity, but he has to get on the bomb quickly. Oh, there's no kit anyway, so it's all for nothing. Just exits he'll find, but Rate will stop him on the exit of his own. And there it is. 4 on the board for Camel Riders and 2 up there for D13 after they found their second.
Yeah, I would say this is quite fair to say that both sides are really just brawling it out at the moment. So Camel Riders are losing very early map control, or in this mid-round, they're starting to lose control of these positions. They're not careful about what's being compromised. And that's something which D13 hasn't really, has barely punished them for, right? Like, yeah, they won that round, but it was really costly for D13. And this is a scary thing now for Camel Riders, because if I would be watching this as another team, just to double check to see what Camel Riders is capable of, I'd be going... This outers area is really susceptible to this T-site take. So, going to be a force-up coming out from Camel Riders. An AWP, an M4, and 3 Deagles. And Edgeram actually looking to get aggressive.
Great off angle. DV as well, just to pull the attention nice and early. Takes the shot. And Edgeram wants to go forward off the back of that one. But D13, disregarding it, they are going to be drumming to their own beat, it seems. Back over to Squeaky. Annihilation just waiting at outers to make a move himself, but here comes the late outers execute. Smokes have already gone down. Annihilation silently, rather, makes his way to Secret. Can't quite get through. There's that aggression coming out from Edgeram as well. Finds himself the first, but he will fall back. Pokemon breaking the vent, trying to force D13 to come towards the upper bomb site.
Yeah, that's actually a great opening pick as well, but I don't know if they know that Annihilation has actually made his way down Secret. That wall of smokes, Misty was covering the red crate, but the entry position to red crate, and now it looks like it is actually going to be the A-site push coming out. But Tyke just holding close to the Deagle, recovers an AK as well. All he needs to worry about is Hut, and this is just a complete demolition job coming out from Camel Riders. Early aggression, grabbing that map control and shutting down any take that D13 did have in mind. Smoke fades in the favor of Score, though. But 10 seconds left, absolutely no chance of winning this. DB Dog trying to shut this down, but looks like it's just Score fighting for his life, able to back out in time.
Score looking sharp as nails there. There were some nasty shots coming through, but it is Camel Riders playing that perfectly, and you need to go back to that smoke in Hut. It was placed at the perfect moment, just letting that clock tick down, and then the Annex player as well just couldn't make his way through. Player on site there at default, fully covering. And I think it was Pokemon hiding that CT vent. They didn't even know he was there. He just got to hide.
Look, for this at the moment, D13 are taking a tactical pause, and this is, I'm seeing a couple of weaknesses already from their T side, is that they're using these smokes, but there's no overarching idea of where they want to be going. It's not... And that's an issue a lot of the time on the T-side nuke, is because you see teams throw these, say for example, the wall of smokes to get you into Secret, but the problem is that Annihilation is getting this control, but they don't know what to do with it afterwards. But you've still got 3 people in lobby. You don't have ramps control this time around. So you've got one person that's taken Secret for what? You haven't sold anything. You haven't threatened event drop, so Camel Riders knows there's no one down vent.
I think it worked against them because you had Annihilation cross across, but the AWP was on the line, and it didn't look like he knew that Annihilation was at red. So because he didn't see anyone cross to red, that means that's a little bit awkward. But even though Annihilation stayed silent all the way to Squeaky, because that line was being held, they assumed no one went down and played it like it was going to be an A hit anyway. So it worked against them.
Yeah, and even if, say, for example, it was a secret hit and they were able to get down there, Camel Riders would have just rotated someone across. So, look, D13 need to be able to figure out how to get this attack a little bit more cohesively, in all honesty. So, look, for Camel Riders, no complaints for me. I like their aggression, but I'd like for them to fall back to a bit more of a default as well. Edgeram looks like he's trying to read what's going on. He's trying to put himself in a good position to do some damage. He's actually done a lot of damage already. 8 kills, leading the charge. But I'd like to see a round where Camel Riders just kind of just chill out and play a little bit more passively and just allow D13 to kind of whittle down time, and then eventually D13 don't have any time to go anywhere.
Yeah, well, let's see if they can get back into the game from this point. Not too far behind there for D13. There's obviously Nuke. The T side is quite hard to wrangle at the best of times. But also, I spoke him up. Annihilation has had a shocking start. 007, James Bonding it already. So that's 2 today. We've seen a couple of those. Unfortunate beginnings. Well, let's see if he can pick it back up later on. But for now, it is Camel Riders certainly impressing us straight out of the gates with their huge, accurate decision-making and their ability just to, well, pretty much stand there and kill the Mongolians running at them.
It hasn't really even been the Mongolians running at them just yet. And maybe that's D13's problem. So it looks like the tech pause is still extending for a while at the moment. Yeah, I have to say that this is maybe D13 just need to switch off the thinking caps for a little bit and go, we just need to go and do something which is just all together. Why aren't we committing together? Just do an A-side execute. I've seen a couple of smokes that are coming out from them. They've got to know this A-side execute. They're taking these wall of smokes. Why not send 4 people through secret? Try it up. Try to trade in unison and get the guns firing, because they're trying to take individual aim deals, and that's just not working for them at the moment. Camel Riders already proving a little bit too strong with some of the entry frags. But just like that, it's just Pokemon once again has just come across and just taken out Tamarito without any trade.
Big swing, big ding.
Yep, and he's just happy to continue fighting it out because he's got teammates. Finally a good trade coming out from Annihilation. But, I mean, Edgeram's now coming out, and Annihilation's not going to be expecting a second person pushing forward. I guess it's completely flipped, right? How I expect the Camel Riders to play is not like this, and how I expect the D13 to play is not like this. It's just been completely reversed.
Yeah, and that nade mops it up nicely. So Ezram happy to hold out as there. DV with the double, and Pokemon opening things up with that entry as he swung over to Reds. Strong start for Camel Riders off the back of the tech pause, and D13 looking a little bit rough. But Annihilation, look, he was on 007, now he's on 108, and he's got a beautiful 1D. Yeah, which to try to open it up.
Doesn't matter, in all honesty.
But
yeah, you can say Camel Riders, their economy is looking a little bit shaky, but even then,
All right, so D13 sending a whole bunch of men up onto Silo there, as well as onto T-Roof. Lots of utility spent nice and early. Camel Riders with the pre-molly over towards Outers, hoping that they can extinguish any smokes that go that direction. But D13 not going that way early on. DV just posted on the off angle, and doesn't quite find a victim. Good damage onto Mr. Cap though.
Yeah, he just takes the angle again. Absolute mad lad. He drops the Incendiary Grenade. All right, stops the push, and he's just holding for information at the moment. Camel Rider's doing really well just to contain and deny everything at the moment, and Pokemon just keeping it nice and dynamic right now. Outers just changing up his position, goes aggressive, plays passive.
Late Outer Smoke's going to be executed with there for D13. This time they're going to be sending the whole bunch of men straight down, 4 to be exact. Silently making their way across. If Pokemon can get into the right position, might be able to spot some feet, but didn't see a thing. And that's going to be the cross for free. But the bomb is in radio with Mr. Cap all on his own. So we'll see what these 4 boys can do.
Yeah, but Misty's already just gotten the first pick. He's able to slide out as well. So D13, like I said, this is just looking a little bit too confusing for me. Pokemon trying to get that multi-spray down. Probably does well enough just to stall them for long enough, because they're not going to expect another person to be in hut. Edgeram is just in the perfect position every single time. And right. What a turnaround. What a spray down. Still, question is 10 seconds.
Oh, they don't expect the second man.
Dov is just going to deny it. And Rate he's not going to be able to do anything. He has to pressure in. And there's no time to plant the bomb. Once again, Camel Riders, great disciplined play. Doesn't matter if they lose a couple of members here and there, they're able to buy enough time. D13
doubling up in lobby was like the perfect play to make in that situation.
I have to say that Edgerum's been making a lot of really good decisions for just positioning himself and positioning everyone else. I think he's the new IGL that Camel Riders got. And he used to play for NASA as well. So he's starting to see a bit of that experience coming forward. So, and it definitely looks like they're starting to, they have come into the series prepared for D13, whereas D13 looking a little bit lackluster at the moment, in all honesty. Not a very good T side at all. So a bit of a desperation play coming out, but Pokemon's just going to spray that through the vent. Misty as well, just making sure that Outers is pretty clean.
He's doing a great job there with the janitorial duties. Nothing being found by D13 except a whole bunch of bullets in their torsos. Mr. Cap now just trying to gaze over the smoke, but Ezream just off the angle. Flash goes through. Mr. Cap wants to get the entry. Doesn't quite react in time. But it is going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Camel Riders coming out on top there. And again, Pokemon holding it down. 3K up against the Pistols and a solid round, only losing a single man.
Yeah, and it's just a story of the same old at the moment. D13 just looking absolutely devoid for T-side ideas, whereas for Camel Riders on the CT, very dynamic. And look, it's winning them rounds. I can't complain. They're playing dynamically. They're playing the CT side pretty well. You've got DB Dobbs is doing a great job holding ramps. You've got Edgerum. You don't know where to expect him. That's the problem as the T side, right? D13 are going, well, this guy has been in ramps one of these rounds. He's been on A site. He's been in Hut doubling up. Then he's all of a sudden out as fighting it with Pokemon. So Camel Riders are just really changing up, keeping it hard for D13 to kind of adapt to it. And the problem is D13 is trying to adapt to it. Just going to break it down simply, all right? Let's just go as a 5-man unit and trade each other out. They're just splitting up and getting picked across. Why?
Just trying to play too solo. The thing we need to see, as you've said, is probably a bit more of the pack mentality, but they are not playing that. They're trying to play their own game, and at the moment, it is not working out. So Camel Riders doing a really good job to deal with D13. And here comes the faster push towards Uppers, dropping Annex already. Tyke doesn't react in time, goes for the free fire, but he can't find the second man. It's going to be right on the trade. Misty already down to 48 HP. And there it is, the man advantage for D13 as Dvidov tries to come in on the flank from ramps. First man already found, that's going to be Ezream. So that's a 2-man advantage. But, oh, there it is. Rate spots the final man coming in on the flank, and it's all up to Misty to save the AWP. Bomb finally going to be planted, but Misty, as you can see, is happy as Larry to save.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Instantly a change it from D13. That's something that they needed to do a little bit earlier on. To just try a bomb site altogether and just see if it's susceptible to be taken down. And you can see at that moment, D13 able to roll in and finally get the entries working. Rate with 3 of them. And I don't know exactly how hard they're going to be chasing. I think they'll have a general idea that the AWP should be saved in spawn. The Misty's not going to poke out too much further away. More than happy just to train on an angle. It looks like the T's are going to be looking to hunt in right now, and Misty trying to stay alive, gets the first shot, and will be able to keep that AWP perfectly fine. So D13 finally managed to grab one on the board. Camel Riders, though, more than enough cash to really make it work, and this A-site crunch works absolutely perfectly as well.
Yeah, huge entries coming in from right there as he made his way through Annex. Great flashes to allow him into all these positions as well. And a huge bit of cover for himself. So, AWP at least carried across. You can see D13 lost another man at the end, which is going to have a big impact on the economy, because with only 3 alive on the back of a win and only 4K in the bank for everyone afterwards, that's not looking good. That means if you lose a round, you're not going to be able to go for the full buy.
They still have the loss bonus, and I don't think the full buy is the issue at the moment. It's just the cohesiveness. That is the best round that I've seen from D13 so far, which is... It's been messy. Like, from the beginning, it's even the rounds that they won have just gone, yeah, that's down to maybe a couple of individual deals or maybe Camel Riders overextending. That was the case where, no, that was actually a successful bust on the back of an A-site crunch, fast and furious, but you can't really run that the second time successfully, I would say. Camel Riders is taking attack pause, understanding their economy is at its limit, and that they need to kind of bring the situation back in their own favor as well.
So D13 now sending Annihilation over towards the ramp area. Not overly aggressive, though. Oh. Dvidov spotting. Dropping that molly off the contact. Using all of his damage nades there. Good chunk on the tees.
Dov just able to dance around and pick off one as well. And now out comes the rest of the players over to this ramps area, but Misty, or looks like, sorry, Misty is on the angle. So, Dov, he's just absolutely fearless. He's just re-picking and just going, yep, this area is clear. He's going to take his position once again. It's not going to force an over-rotation. Really good stuff to see from Camel Riders. They understand that, look, we need to take a bit of a risk. They're up, can afford to take a bit of a risk. Pokemon, though, peeking at the wrong time means that he identifies as a couple and Squeaky, and now Tyke in a very precarious situation. Up on rafters.
Whoa, and if this push comes out Squeaky, he could be in a world of hurt. I think that might be about to happen as well. Rotation coming in to Heaven, however, so that's the information. Great gets one, but Tyke from Mustang couldn't find Sally, and there it is. Molly towards Heaven, it's back to the 2v2. Bomb now going to be planted, but the push starting to come on the flank. It's Ezram making his way out Squeaky. Is Mr. Cap going to be ready? Slinks his way into Hut just in time.
Okay, so once Ezram's able to clear all of this out, he knows that, okay, they're most likely Hut, and I'll have to play accordingly. He's cleared out Annex. He knows that one's definitely not there. And he knows that one's definitely flitted his way back in the Hut. It's ring around the rosy at the moment, but Ray, he's going to get taken down. And Edram, is he going to suspect where the player is? Yes, he does. He's read the situation perfectly, and Edram's going to clean up. That is a beautiful play coming out from the IGL. Instantly knows where the enemies are, but he doesn't have time, unfortunately. No kit. He's taken just a little bit too long.
He didn't have the time for the clutch. So D13 thanking their lucky stars that Ezram didn't get the kit at the end. And whoa, very close round. That nade, if it hit the right spot, if it got the right bounce, that was the clutch. But unfortunately, it did not. So it is going to be D13 with yet another. And at this situation, if they can find 7 on the T side, there is a chance that they're going to be taking this map. Camel Riders out of the gates looking very, very good in the matchup. But this is D13's chance to get back into it.
I think for D13, this is just another case of, all right, let's stop taking outers. Let's actually start taking this A site once again. So Annihilation posted on, I think, spotted out the shoulder of Pokemon. So it means that his attention is going to be focused on there. Look, for D13, I'd say that A site's definitely the point to go, but Edram, once again, is just punishing this over-aggression over at ramps, and he's still pushing in as well. What an absolute madman. He wants more, and he's going to get more as well. He wants all the kills for himself, and he's just completely booking D13 at the moment. It's a no-go zone right now, and finally, Rate's going to respond. Tyke was deciding to try to replicate some of his IGL's heroics down to a 2-on-2.
How is this man allowed to walk through Trophy, get 3, and fall out completely for free? He's still fighting. He's still alive. It's back to the 2v2, and he's still on for the ace. There is the opportunity. Vent going to be busted, and that might just draw the T's to come through elbow. Ezram is playing with their minds. He's in the perfect position to deal with this. They don't clear up, but he doesn't have the HP to fight. The wallbang can't get it done, but Misty's in the perfect spot just with that P250. Bomb going to be planted safe, however.
Whoa, what? That's a huge shot.
And now has the chance to get the final one. Orb shot comes through. Misty, can he bait out another? That's the opportunity and the clutch. No armor, no kit, just a P250. And Camel Riders play that one perfectly.
Can we just rewind that shot into Heaven? Because that is a hell of a shot coming out from Misty, and that's just the Edram and Misty show coming out. Aggression coming out from Edram, just going, you know what? If they're not going to punish me, let's just delete them. What is this shot?
Disgusting.
And great shoulder peeking, just composure as well, going, okay, it's got an AWP. I'm just going to draw out the shots. And just punishing that bolt action as well. Trees to the AWP. Camel Riders, huge round to pick up. And D13, their economy is not looking that great, so they're going to have to go make do with pistols. And it's a bit of the same old. Maybe they're going to have to drive it into the A bomb site once again.
So
no, they're going to go ramps. Dov, he's going to drop the utility too late.
So very awkward there. Didn't jiggle on the right angle, and the T's just slid their way straight through. All the way down to the B site, they've gone, and that's going to be the bomb plant secured. So even though they're on the pistols, there's a big chance of taking this round.
And they need to take some good post plants, though. That's the ideal way is just winning that one-on-one. Annihilation still going to be watching that secret position. He does have a teammate in score to assist him.
Utility going to be dropped into the vent there. Not sure if that was the intended position, but that nade is going to almost get some extra damage. Rate goes down. There's one of the SMGs found, so it's just some pistols remaining.
This is going to be tricky because control room is going to be smoked off as well. Pokemon just spraying through, but someone needs to get on the bomb soon. Time is ticking away. All they need is a single kill. Now they need to cover control room and score. He manages to make the CZ clip work. He denies it. The defuse. He even gets the reload off in time as well. D13 clutch it out with a single clip.
I feel like this is basketball. He shoots and he scores, gets it done, and another round on the board for D13. And now it's looking like there's a very high chance of it being a 9-6 scenario. But we saw Camel Riders just do it before, off the back of some pistols. I will not be surprised if they pull this again, because they have been looking so damn strong and structured on the CT side.
Yeah, and I think D13 just need to realize, I think coming into Dust 2 as well when they go to the T side, they just need to kind of bully Camel Riders by going as a unit. So far, Camel Riders really haven't been able to trade en masse. It's just been individual picks, and D13 need to realize this soon. And similarly for Camel Riders, they need to get themselves in a better position to get these crossfires. You can't just rely on edge room. Once again, just getting an opening pick, just sliding in and sliding out. You can't just rely on this all the time.
Pokemon in a very advanced position. Oh, and he's made the read. Can't hit the head, though, so now he's going to be isolated all the way at Outers. Rate denies his safe passage back to Annex and brings it to the 4v4. Ezramp has been a master with the Deagle. Can he do it again? There it is. Beautiful. Bomb spotted. And that's the man advantage. Camel Riders. Can they cause the upset with just the pistols? Misty, he's got that AWP to play with. And he is going to be aggroing all the way to Trophy Room. Camel Rider's going for a push just to get the info, and they have all the info in the world. What are they going to do with it?
This is the part where you need to start pulling out players into unders for Camel Riders. There are two main points of threat that you are not going to be... Look, D13 cannot retake lobby in this scenario, so you leave maybe one lobby at hut or something like that just to listen into the A-bomb site, but you send more members at unders, and you see Edgeroom, he's got the right idea, but he might be in a bit of a precarious situation right now. He needs that AWP down helping him out. He needs Misty rotating across as Score coming out through Decon.
Well... He knows now, couldn't hit the very crucial shot. And Misty needs to find something. But, oh, cops the second man. Doesn't deny the bomb planter, though. So he knows there's another roughly in that position. As now the rotations will come through. If Camel Riders trade this out, that's another round. But Annihilation goes forward and finds the head.
Yep, down to a 2-on-2. So two fights really, the Decon one as well as the one in Dark Spot. And Annihilation just crab walking out, deletes him now down to DB Dov. Nothing that he can do. So 6 rounds in the T-half. That's pretty good at the end of it for D13.
Yeah, so managing to bring it back just at the end, 6-9 for the half. Can D13 bring this one back, or are Camel Riders going to take their opponent's map pick? Find out shortly. It is break time, second half on the other side of it. So, Camel Riders straight out of the gates on D13's map pick are doing a very good job. But how's their T side? That's the real question now, because D13 started to fire up towards the end of the half. They can certainly hit their shots, but can they close out their map pick? That's what we're about to find out. Second half is alive, and we're about to head into the second pistol.
Yep, and for D13, absolutely critical that they get the CT side rolling. I mean, on that T side, I would say a lot of the time it was just down to just a little bit of too much spread outness. As it's really just kind of like two people going head to head with each other. You've got Rate, who's just been doing phenomenal work for D13, and on the other side of Camel Riders, it's really just Edgeram leading the charge, just able to read what's going on. So Camel Riders do have two sets of utility to work with. Edgeram and DB Dov, both the set of smokes. They're both also sitting on that T roof area, so it makes me think, oh, that Molotov towards Heaven, it's going to force Score to come back. So trying to fake out the fact that they'll be going into Annex. They're going to crunch the A bomb site. No, they're actually going straight through Elders, and they take out Annihilation. They're coming straight to ladder base.
Oh, and can Rate hold up? Oh, Fort held down. It's going to be tight to at least get the trade, but that's the man advantage now for Camel Riders. Still, Dividov waiting for some aggression over towards T-Spawn, but it's not going to be coming out just yet. Still Tamira Reader up in Heaven in a great spot.
That was a 6-strat coming out, smoke into a locker room, as well as just flashbangs and straight down through Annex. That was beautiful. Tamarita trying to come down at the wrong time. Tyke's going to take him out. And this is just all going wrong for D13. Beautiful stuff coming out from Camel Riders. And Score just holding an angle and just hoping for the best at the moment.
And perfect position, but unfortunately couldn't get it done straight away. Almost whiffed it, but he got the biscuit. So that's going to be Score in a 1v3 now. Can he close the distance? I have seen that strategy thrown before, but just not played out like Camel Riders have taken it. So they put their own little twist on a bit of a new trick.
I like it. No complaints, no regrets. And Score's looking to make inroads in, but he doesn't have a kit. That's the problem.
He's making a whole lot of noise. Double doors is going to be shut. Davidov trying to get him off the bomb. Gets the info, and Tyke is happy just to play the clutch roll there. Yep. Looks like it's just going to be the exit. There you go. So 40 HP, knew he probably couldn't win given the situation. And, oh, no, going to be found as he did try to exit through ladder base. There it is, headshot straight coming through there. And it is going to be Camel Riders 10 up on the board and a strong start to the second half.
Well, let's see what they've got on the T side as well, because, I mean, like I said, Pika's advantage. If they go in together, they're able to get the trades. They're in the lead at the moment. But for D13, yeah, only two players really putting in the numbers at the moment. Only Rate and Score. I mean, on Annihilation, Tamarita and Mr. Cat have been pretty much missing so far, whereas for Camel Riders, it's pretty equal across the rest of the board, able to chip in and really do work. And out comes the secret push. Are there any smokes? No smokes whatsoever into secret. So Annihilation able just to completely delete Pokemon.
Free haircuts going left, right, and center there. And it's Annihilation with the scissors. Well, Tamira Reader, strong position, but just with that CZ at medium range, can't quite get the work done. And it looks like the reposition will come through. Rotation as well, down to Mega there for Rate. So it is going to be two CTs down on the lower bomb site. But Camel Riders, they are going to be doubling back, just leaving Edge Ram to try to sell the fake.
Yep, and they're pretty cautious of the flank as well, because they've gone, we've given away, there's just been enough time for D13 to rotate across. Let's take it a little bit slower. Good to see that they're not hitting the acceleration. But that said, Score's in a very dangerous position. If he peeks out at the right time, he's spotted absolutely everything, and no one's checked this. He can go absolutely huge right now.
Oh, he knows where they've gone. There's the lineup. How is it? To close that distance, but fire rate not fast enough. Good reaction time coming in from Misty just to get the trade. And that could have been a D13 round. They've still got this man advantage, and a lot of damage has been done, so it's not over just yet.
Exactly. Look at all the HP on Camel Riders. And that Molotov to Heaven misses as well, so D13. Well, looks like someone else has decided to pop one up there, which is good to see. And Misty going to deploy a smoke behind it as well. So 3 coming in from Heaven, 1 Annex. And Stevie Dov is going to burn. He was just too low already, and Tamarita going to be pushing it alongside with the rest of the members. All down now to Edgeram, but I feel like he's just too little HP to really win this.
I don't know if is he even going for it. Coming up on Heaven, Edgeram gets
it done. For it. He's denied the diffuser. I think he's bought just enough time.
He has.
Oh my goodness, the flank round coming out from Edgeram. He goes all the way through radio.
Amazing.
And he's just played this perfectly again. Edgeram bailing him out of a terrible situation. What a man, what a player.
works the perfect timing. Thought he could have snuck the whole way through. Who was that? Was that Score? I think it was Score up at Sally there, just chilling, looking down towards Hut, and then checked his corner, and he had Ezram just staring straight towards him. So, big play coming out to get Camel Riders. That second round, it got probably closer than we thought it was going to, but still, they managed to get the round, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, they get the round, but you got to be... Look, you can't just rely on individual heroics at the end of the day. And that's really just down to... Well, I mean, that was a great response from Misty. The fact that Misty was able to turn and get that kill, really instrumental, because otherwise Score gets a triple there, the round's just completely over and done for. So, look, they get the bomb plant down, they're able to play it accordingly from there, and they're able to win it.
Yeah, well, Rate certainly putting D13 on his back at the moment, and Ezram definitely impressing there, 21 for 12 right now, +9. Looking pretty fine.
I think for Edram as well, it's just all been impact frags so far. He's been the one that's really leading from in front. He's been able to call. He's able to find these frags and really just put Camel Riders in the lead. So if they're able to string another one together, as there are a couple of rifles in play for D13 as well as the 2 Deagles and the 5.7 left over.
Faster approach straight down the vents, and Camel Riders certainly galloping their way forward. It's going to be Rate on the rotation, but Tamira Rita was down there nice and early. Put a stop to the push.
And it's Edram with, once again, the Tech 9. All 3 members drop down, but they don't check behind them, and as a result, Tamarita is able to just completely delete them.
And Rate is a victim of timing. Oh!
Ooh, it
gets just desserts.
Dinked through the edge, and Misty comes out as well. So, the Tech 9's actually doing a bit of work. Oh my goodness, what is that coming out from Misty? Give this man another pistol, he'll take an absolute mile. It looks like they're going down again. They're going to celebrate, and Misty's just dropping down with the Tech 9 just getting headshots here and there. He's going to go for the plant at unders at the end of the day. 1v2. What an interesting round this has come out to be.
Magnetic bullets, this gun is crazy. Well, it is going to be an AK and a Deagle up against the Techie, but there it is, doing some recce. All the way through the halls. Need some more double doors.
Oh my God,
no! There is no way he wins that. 4 kills in that round, all with the Tech 9, and he gets an AK to carry across to the next. But does he even need it?
Why even use AKs when you can just use Tech 9s and run at them? What is this? Am I seeing Fnatic? Is this the Middle Eastern Fnatic team that's coming out? 5 Tech 9s. They're down 3 on 5, and still somehow they're able to come out on top thanks to Misty just popping off a few heads as well.
Look at Score. So much time to line that one up. But it was Misty just straight bringing it back and bringing it home for Camel Riders. So, 12 to 6 now. Early spray coming in for Tamarita there. And hoping he could get something on the wall bank, but there was no T's that had made their way through Squeaky just yet. So, no blood drawn. D13 in some quality positions to hold.
Yep, I would like to see Camel Riders actually just go for a full A-site set play here. They've got everyone in lobby. Might as well go for it. You've got all this utility to use, so you can throw one wave, wait, and then throw the second wave. But it looks like they're going to be resetting back into spawn, maybe to take some secret control instead. Annihilation is posted out on the outer's angle with the AWP from Warehouse, and out comes the smoke grenades, but maybe he's able to find the timing.
Spots the jump up, but can't quite connect. Oh, good timing on the molly. That's going to create a huge gap for Annihilation to play around as well.
But this is the strat where they crunch on the A-bomb side through this. It's a variation, but they come in close and they try to crunch in, don't they? So here it is.
Even I thought it was the deep smokes there, so I was baited out as well. Oh my God, fully blinded. Mr. Cap just tanking that Molotov to his grave.
Oh, this is beautiful.
He needs to get the trade, but he can only find the single, and it's Camel Riders. Just every entry in the world, all up to Rate. They know the position of the final man. Rate's going to go on a rotation to have any opportunity here, but in the 1v3, might just be going toe-to-toe with Pokemon and gets his rifle out in time.
That was sick coming out from Camel Riders. Like, this is... If they keep this up and they're able to disrupt any CTs that are trying to throw mid-round aggression at them, oh boy, these guys can actually do some damage. Like, I would love to see them verse. Like, sure, this is still early on. This is Nuke, and you can see that was definitely a set play, but they worked that perfectly. They looked at that set play. They knew what they wanted to do with it, and as soon as I saw that Molotov coming on A site, I was like, I'm not liking it for D13 because Camel Riders, that's absolutely perfect. You get your players close to Annex, you have your flashbang stringing forward. Like, what could Mr. Cap do? He's mollied out. Okay, I have to strafe out, and the flashbang just catches him in the face, and it's just like...
I think it was 2 flashes in a row as well. He had no idea where he was.
2 flashes, you had no idea what was going on. Players from Annex come forward, and they're just clearing out every single angle. 0 complaints, 0 regrets from me on that one for Camel Riders. That is a huge A tick, not just from me, but if you showed that to Pilipowski as well, he'd probably give that a big A+ as well.
Well, he... Oh, I don't think they get to see Camel Riders at all. We have it on the B stream for 3 days straight. So, Mr. Pilipowski will not get the honour of casting a Camel Riders game, and I'm sure we will continue to get familiar with him, and I love what I see.
Yeah, and D13, it's Rate once again just going a little bit aggressive and trying to get some punishment forward, but looks like Tyke ready to answer the call alongside with Edgeram. How many times has Edgeram just gotten these kills time and time again? Camel Riders just playing phenomenally so far, and this is not just, yes, you've got one individual that's playing huge, but that team cohesion in terms of how they're structured in their entry, I absolutely love it.
Solid gameplay coming out from Camel Riders so far, and they've worked that man advantage. This Deagle, though, looking dangerous. Annihilation just has the crosshair placement of a god, and is certainly tapping those heads with the Deagle.
Yep, DB Dov's just holding off on aggression for right now, and it looks like they're just throwing a couple of Molotovs towards that A-bomb site, maybe try to sell a bit of a fake, and then let the situation settle down before they decide to go. Grouping up together as well, making sure, but score through the smoke. Great shot, great timing, and he's going to back all the way out to heaven.
I felt that one. That one hurt. Well, Flash coming through. Annihilation. Is he ready? Flash goes in, goes the whole way down as well.
Beautiful bait. Beautiful bait coming out from Pokemon as well. Just slides in, slides out. Love to see it. And he's just controlling the rotation as well. Annihilation trying to crouch peek, but this round's over and done and dusted. Once again, just great play coming out from Camel Riders. They're playing with so much composure. I have to say this right now. It's great to see. And they're deserving every single round.
Gameplay at the end of the day, and they are looking like the smarter team in the server, as well as the sharper team. Although, Annihilation certainly has something to say about that one.
I think it's showing at the moment. Camel Riders has come in and done their prep.
Yeah.
And that confidence has come in backed up as well. This is not their map pick, remember? Their map pick was Dust 2. So coming into Nuke, looking very structured, looking great on their T side. And this isn't even their map pick, Geordie.
Look at the disparity as well. We said Rate, Score, and Annihilation were the men to watch, but it's just Rate and Score turning up. If you don't have all 3 men firing on all guns, then look, this is what happens with D13. That inconsistency shines through, and teams like Camel Riders, who are all there, all gaming, under the guise of Ezram, are just doing such a immaculate job today.
Yep, and only 2 rounds away from taking map number 1 as well, convincingly. They're 14-6 at the moment. It looks like it's a fast A-site play, and they've got the guns accordingly for it. They just instantly just straight in there. Oh my goodness.
That's the round already.
I love this, man.
That's the round already, unless they lose lobby control off this push, but Ezram in a perfect position, and this man has not been missing his shots. Expecting the second man, doesn't quite go accordingly. Score gets back onto it, and D13, they realise they need to go for rounds like this. But with 3 rifles, you still have a chance in the next. The decisions to go for it, it seems. Can they hit their shots? They need to. Mac 10 from below, Tyke gets the work done. It's all up to Tamira Rita. And now this is the point where you call the save. Hedge your bets, have something in the next. Score's the only man with money left over. Whoop, this is looking like an upset map. Camel Riders, they are coming, they are galloping, and they are looking on fire.
Oh my God, I'm just loving every single part of this from Camel Riders at the moment. I mean, the fact that this is... I have to say, this is Vegas Squadron-esque what they're doing. This is not rounds where they're ahead by money and they go, all right, we have to have AKs. They're going, all right, this is what we're going to go for. They have all the money to buy in the wall, but they go for Tech 9s and Mac 10s because they understand what they want to do with these weapons. Perfect flashbangs coming forward as well, and they're playing as a unit. I mean, I was saying Dov, he's just been an absolute consistent factor in it. This is the first time I've been so excited in a long time, man. A lot of people,
fresh air.
A lot of people talk down about this region, but the reason why I don't is because these guys are hungry. And sometimes this hunger to prove themselves, this dedication, it's rewarded.
Well, certainly is right now. 15-6. If you can take your opponent's map pick 16-6, that is a big old statement. So let's see if they can do it right here, right now. D13, one more opportunity to try to get this comeback happening.
Yep. I mean, yeah, the buy's there at the moment. This is probably the best buy they've had so far, but the players just get stuck, and it's just going to be straight down through vent this time. And, I mean, 3 players have already made it. If you drop down there, I would say that they fixed the problems from before. Oh, my goodness. Camel Riders.
No idea.
They've done it. Like, they've already won this.
Yeah.
And look at that. It's Edgeroom's just going, you know what? I'm going to make sure everything's clean. I'm going to close this door. I'm going to make sure this is good. And now Misty as well, just trying to hold on. Oh, messy spray, but he's got his favorite Tech 9, but he can't win the deal.
But Dov brings it to the 3v3, at least finding a kill onto the player Tamira Rita down there in the halls. But now in come the rotation score. He is the big fragger that is last alive. Rate already falling. So there's a whole lot of pressure on his shoulders right now. It's going to be Dov to find Mr. Cap and spot some info there, knowing that there's a player at Mega, but doesn't get the communication over in time. It's looking a little awkward now. Back to the 1v2, and he can't get it done. 16 on the board. Camel Riders, absolute destruction here on Nuke, and it's just the first map of the series. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be breaking this all down for you very shortly.